back from a trip from Alpena, Michigan, and I hung around with a couple other guys, Joe and Tom, Joe Troviano and Tom Mustaflis. And anyway, you know, at that time I went to a few nightclubs and that, and they wanted to go to the 3Ds. I said, no, I don't feel like going to the 3Ds tonight. It was on a Saturday, I think. And anyway, I said, I'm going to go to the Pelodrome. And anyway, I went to the Pelodrome, and you'd walk around, look at the girls, you know. And I noticed Alma, she had a chartreuse dress with a big V cut in the back, and she had a nice looking back. I said to myself, well,
front wasn't bad either.
I couldn't see that yet. So anyway, I figured her back looks good, maybe her face won't look too bad. You know? And anyway, so we danced, and anyway, I talked her into taking her home, because when she came that night, she came with a couple other girls, and she had to transfer a couple different buses. Yeah, they had buses then, not streetcars. And anyway, I took her home that night and took her out a couple times after that. And this was in 1952. And anyway, after I took her out a couple of times, I said, I didn't know how she felt about me. And I said, I got to start seeing some of my other girls too. And she said, I don't want you to. I said, well, what do you mean? You want to go steady? And she said, well, that's about it. So anyway, I met her, I think, right after she graduated from high school. And that was in June. And we got engaged the following October. So, and she was the only girl I ever brought home and introduced her to my family. And then I took my mother and my two sisters at that time up to Fort Clinton so they could meet them, and her grandma approved of me. So after that, well, we just started going, you know, together. And I always said, it's not going to take me long when I meet the right one. And I don't know much else to say except, like it was said before, that we had a couple of wonderful kids. Richard and Robin, which we lost our son 16 years ago, had our 25th anniversary for us. And yeah, that was in 1978, I think. And then Debbie and Ray had our 50th anniversary party, and now Cheryl's having it. So I don't know if there's going to be any more or not. I sure appreciate the ones that we've had. And you're all a wonderful bunch of people, and thank you again for coming. You want to say anything?
Rich, those were some beautiful words. I think you made a wise choice. I went up to the Pelodrome for many, many years. My son doesn't know that, but that used to be the place to go. Anybody else go to the Pelodrome? Only Rich and I? Holy mackerel.